going on, YouTube? Doing another what I've been listening to collection update video. So, what are we listening to in the background? This is Cough Park. This is a project, semi-local, split between London, Ontario, and New York. I know the guy from London. He lives in New York too, but he's definitely living in London right now. And so the project is this ambient project, ambient experimental kind of drone, and you call this number and you leave a 3-minute message. It can be a dream, a story, a hoax, a lovely thought, a song, anything. And you'll be on a Cough Park disc. So they take all these phone messages and manipulate them into their music. And it's pretty good. I've listened to it a few times now because this is my second time shooting this video, so I played it already. Anyway, let's jump into it. Where I left off last time was death metal that I had already received in the mail. But I was kind of burnt out on death metal, so I thought to leave it till this video. And I really did get into this record. This is Autopsies' Mental Funeral. This came out in 1991. And this record kind of actually appealed to me during the slump of my death metal listening, because it's so stripped down and I don't want to say raw sounding. It is raw sounding, but it's almost kind of, I don't want to say juvenile either. It's not the word I'm looking for, but kind of like juvenile compared to things like Morbid Angel, which I also left for this video. There's a few that came to me in the mail. And yeah, here's okay, so Covenant.
Yes. We have another 20 seconds, but this is
Blessed Are the Sick. Here's Blessed Are the Sick.
Yesterday was the International Neoist Day, March.
Yeah, great albums. Great. Morbid Angel Records. So it's been a while since I've done a video, probably about almost 2 months. So those are great records, but that's not where I'm at exactly right now. Like, I'll still put them on for sure, but it feels like a while since, I feel like those records kind of were like from my last video. Like, that's where I was at. So anyway, got some more stuff in the mail. Got back into Opeth, and I got this one too. This is Watershed.
Oh, it's ready as you say to put on a show.
It's just good stuff to have. Like, this record is actually really interesting. Like, you could tell they wanted to be more prog at this time. Great songs on it though. Like, I think that they actually started going like a little bit, like, there's some heavier stuff on this, like from their last record especially, which was Ghost Reveries. They go a little faster in parts, a little proggier in parts. I really feel like that was definitely the last straw for Michael from Opeth, because you can tell he just wanted to go and do a prog record. I was listening to an interview with him, and he talked about it. He was like, I wanted to do less growling vocals very early on in the Opeth career, but he was just kind of terrified to do that for fear of being rejected by the metal community at the time, which was fair enough, because I can remember back in the early 2000s, like, if Opeth all of a sudden started doing that, they would have been shunned pretty much completely. And they kind of were even at the time that they did it, but I'm glad he did it, just for the honesty in his music and his sake. Okay, moving on. I was listening to Opeth. I kind of wanted to listen to more prog. I didn't necessarily go the Genesis route. I started listening to a band that, I'm a little embarrassed to talk about, actually, because I never thought I'd get into them. And I have, and I'm still not 100% on this band, but I do enjoy it. And that band is Dream Theater. So I'm going to talk about the first one that I picked up. This one is Falling Into Infinity. And it's actually like the least sounding Dream Theater record that I own so far. And I mean, it's funny because it's the first one that I got into. And this is kind of like, a more commercial record for them. I think it's their fourth record. It's a good record, but it's definitely like a little more alt-rocky. Like, you can tell they're trying to do a little more radio play. There's some awesome songs on it, though. I kind of like that kind of stuff where it gets kind of cheesy and kind of into a formula where it's digestible. Sometimes I like it, but like the song Hollow Years, it's such a ballad, so cheesy, but it's one of my favorite songs off this record. And this isn't a bad record. I do like it. This is like way out of my element, and it kind of took me on a path, but I'm kind of like enjoying being out of my element recently, so I bought a bunch more. This was another one I got at a local store.
I'm waiting for the happily ever after.
This is just the Pull Me Under single,
What a farce.
and this is probably Dream Theater at their best, because this is off their like second record. It's just 2 songs, but I mean, makes 20 minutes. This is a good record. Pull Me Under. Pull Me Under is probably one of their best songs that I've heard ever. And then we get into some other Dream Theater records that I ordered on Amazon. This one's really good. I haven't listened to this from A to Z in one go. This is cringy stuff. Like, even for me to listen to it, like, it feels like I'm listening to, like, almost like a Pearl Jam kind of band or something, but I don't know. I do enjoy it, but at the same time, like, what am I doing? So that's Dream Theater at this point for me. Like, do I need all this Dream Theater? I don't know. I was on a kick and I ordered it. So this record's good. I mean, Fatal Tragedy, Through My Words, Home. I mean, they're all really good songs. Yeah. Just a little cringy for me to be listening to Dream Theater, to be honest. And I bought one more too. And I haven't even listened to this one, really. So I'm not even going to talk about this record. I think I might talk about this record later, because I might listen to it and really enjoy it at some point. I don't know. I feel like I went on like a kick for like few days, and I just ordered that stuff, and now I'm just not. It came to my door, and I'm just like, I'm not in the mood for Dream Theater. So I'm gonna put it on my shelf, and hopefully one day, or maybe one day, and if not, maybe I'll sell them. Those records aren't worth nothing. So anyway, moving on. Another local record store buy, because I didn't have this one and I saw it, and this is one that, Marty said was one of the last great Dark Throne records that he thought anyway, and like, or later Dark Throne records that were good. And I actually really like this record too. It is just more Dark Throne that's kind of, out of the trilogy, or beyond the trilogy. But it's nasty. It's good. Good songs. Fucked Up and Ready to Die. Some of it's in Norwegian. I can't even read it. But yeah, I've only spun it a few times. But definitely good to have on the shelf, because it's just one that I feel like I'll go back to more than some of the other Dark Throne stuff. Very good. Same store. Different time. I bought... Okay. I'll get into it. Okay, so I found this. Death is Just the Beginning. Original. On... What is it? Nuclear Blast. So, there you go. Bunch of old death thrash. And it's turned me on to some stuff. It's pretty good. I really like the Incubus. I really liked the Putrid Stench. I know I should know Putrid Stench, but I don't really. And I don't have any of their stuff, obviously. So, some good stuff on here. Really enjoyable listen. Just kind of a cool piece of history, too. I mean, really early death metal comp.
Hey, did you have a good time at the party last night?
I like all these little write-ups on every band. You know, this is 1990. I mean, this is really early stuff. Paid $40 for it at my local record store. I mean, I'm Canadian, so it's not like mostly American people who would probably see my channel. But still, it was a little, for a comp, it's a lot. But man, I couldn't pass it up. It's so cool. You gotta love that, like, this is like, the Dismember stuff on here, like, alludes to, because their record hadn't come out yet, so it's just talking about how great it's gonna be, and, you know, obviously that was a great record. So anyway, moving on. I moved on past the Dream Theater, and then found some good metal again, and had to get back on the train somewhere, so, you know, I found this record at the same time I found that Death record, and it was cheap, so I was like, I'll give this a shot, and this has sent me on a journey, man. Like, this is now, I feel like they're one of my favorite bands right now, and that's Manowar. Damn, that's like blurry. Is that blurry? Sign of the Hammer. This is OG, I think. I don't actually know what record label this came out on originally, but this is Virgin, 1984. But yeah, man, Manowar, so awesome. This record totally turned me on. Like, the first time I put on All Men Play on 10, I was kind of like, because that's the first song on this record, All Men Play on 10. I kind of just was like, oh, dude, what did I do? And then, I don't know, just like, maybe even by the end of that song, I was like, not so bad, I like it. And then, you know, the more and more I was listening to this record, probably by the second time, like, the melodies were jumping out at me. Like, this is fantastic stuff. Favorite song on here is probably Thor. What else is on here? Mountains is amazing. Mountains. But man, the epicness of this band, you know, I'm not a power metal guy, or never was. This is probably the first power metal band I've really ever liked. But man, sent me on a journey. And let's show you some of the other stuff I've gotten from them. Okay, then I ordered stuff. I've ordered 3 records from them so far, and 2 have shown up. And so here's the first one that I ordered. Fucking amazing record. Manowar, Fighting the World. This is where they did go a little more commercial and radio-ish on this record too. That's what everyone says, and I can definitely see it. But I really enjoy it. I mean, songs on here I really enjoy. Blow Your Speakers. Carry On. Defender is like so epic. Defender is about, it's like, goes through like, it's like a father telling a son, like beyond the grave, that he would have been there for him, and but he had gotten called to war, and they do that in this epic kind of low, kind of spoken vocal, and then all of a sudden the power metal vocals come in, or the, you know, what's his name, Eric Adams comes in with his vocals, and it's just, you know, soaring, and that's the son, and he's kind of going to war at this point, and he's talking about how he's going to be, you know, he's going to do his dad proud, or, you know, be a man. Fucking awesome. I love the artwork, little write-up, little story, you know. Came on clear vinyl, which I don't really like, which I recently found out I don't think is actually real vinyl, it's just plastic. It's one of the worst colors you can get is clear. Anyway, lyric sheet, little info. Awesome record. Second one that came in the mail, probably my favorite Manowar record so far that I own. Manowar, Triumph of the Steel. Holy smokes. This record rules. There's a 28-minute long song on it that's like broken into parts. There's a drum solo on it in that 28-minute long song, and it's the first song on the record. The drum solo probably goes for 5+ minutes. That's a little bit annoying. But, man, epic fucking record. Epic record. Fast. There's like some speed metal stuff on here that's really good. That artwork, that's probably my favorite Manowar piece of art. All the power there. Wow. So cool. So cool. Such a good record. Fucking Metal Warriors. That's such a good song. Burning is awesome. The one thing about this record is it's a little long. It's like, this is an hour and 10 minutes long. So it's like, it kind of like kills your attention span a little bit by the end. But it's great. The other one that I'm waiting for, I guess we'll just talk about it next time. It's coming. Okay, then yesterday was probably a pretty big day for me as a metalhead, because I went out and I bought 2 records and from local stores, 2 different local stores, and they're by bands that I've never bought records from before, that I just skipped over. They were past my time. Never was interested until I got into the Manowar stuff, and it's kind of like, you know, from the Dream Theater, from all the prog to the power metal, and now I'm feeling more comfortable buying records by bands like these. Okay, so here we go. First one, Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. This is the first Maiden record I've ever bought with my own money. I bought it because, like, you know, I'm feeling more comfortable with these kind of bands, like, all of a sudden, like I just said. And then I just went looking at Maiden records. And this one, I didn't actually go to the store looking for Maiden records. I went looking for Priest records. But they didn't really have any good Priest records at this store. So I was thinking about Maiden too, but it's not who I was looking for. But so I ended up looking at Maiden records, and they had a bunch. But this is the one I decided on. I got Buddy to pull up Metal Archives for me on the computer, because I just walk around with a phone with no data. I have to get Wi-Fi wherever I go. But anyway, I just got him to pull up Metal Archives for me, and I looked at all the stuff, and this was the cover art too that spoke to me the most. I know that early Maiden. I think I'm gonna go back and pick up some of the early Maiden stuff, like maybe the first one. They didn't have it there, but I think I can get it easy. So I think I want to check that one out. So anyway, yeah, this record is cool, man. I like it a lot. Like, I've listened to it probably 3 or 4 times since yesterday. Moonchild, Evil That Men Do, Infinite Dreams, Seventh Son of Seventh Son's the best song. The title track, it's like a 9-minute long plus long song. It's a good song. The Prophecy, Only Good Die Young, excellent record. Wicked artwork, and like a foray into like metal that I've never been into before, and, you know, readily available stuff, and it's probably going to send me off on a journey like Sorry Wallet, but, you know, who knows. Iron Maiden, that's cool. And again, another band, never bought anything by them, you know, did a little research, got interested in this record, and yeah, went and picked it up. Judas Priest with Stained Class. I love that cover as well. That's probably my favorite Judas Priest cover artwork. So I just, you know, I gravitated toward it, and also what people were saying about it. I don't know what the rest of the Priest discography is going to be like, really. Like, my dad's into Priest. My dad's into all this stuff already. Like, I could inherit these records one day, but I'm not going to wait for that. It's kind of morbid. But anyway, yeah. Like, this is, like, more rudimentary, or, like, it's older, right? This is 78. So, like, the sound on it's, like, a little weird for me to wrap my head around, but it's great. Like, it's all there. Like, great rhythms, great guitar work. Just the recording is just a little bit different than I'm used to. Rob Halford's vocals on it are amazing. The guitar work is amazing. There's fast drums. I've read before that this is kind of a record that changed metal. So, you know, again, another band that I feel like I'm going to go down a little bit of a wormhole with. So maybe you'll be seeing some more traditional metal in my later videos. You know, it's funny, like, maybe I should start going through my collection a little bit, because I feel like I'm never going to be able to show you guys records that I have. Like, I have tons of black metal, I have tons of, tons of death metal, I have tons of industrial and electronic music, so maybe I should start showing some of that stuff off too. I don't know, we'll see. But that's my haul. That's what I've been listening to in the past almost 2 months. So yeah, guys, have a good one. See you next time.